All right, welcome to the explainer. So you've definitely heard the term data science thrown around a lot, right? But what does it actually mean? Today, we're going to break it all down and look at how this field is, well, pretty much changing everything.
Okay, let's just start with a number. And it's a number that's kind of hard to even wrap your head around. 2.5 quintillion. We're talking 2.5 followed by 18 zeros. So what in the world could this massive number possibly be?
Well, get this. That's how much data, in bytes, all of us, are creating every single day. Think about it. Every time you click something, post a photo, or buy something online, all of it, from our phones, our cars, even our smart coffee makers, it's all adding to this nonstop river of information. And honestly, that's a huge challenge.
So how in the world did we get here? To really get a handle on the problem, we've got to look back at how technology has just completely exploded, creating this, well, this deluge of data.
Okay, so let's put this into perspective. I mean, think about it. In just a couple of decades, we went from saving a few school papers on a floppy disk to living in a world where pretty much everything is creating data, all the time. We're talking zettabytes of information now. And just so you know, 1 zettabyte, that's 1 trillion gigabytes. You could store over 30 billion 4K movies with that. It's just insane.
And, this creates a massive problem. With so much information coming at us, the old ways of looking at data just don't work anymore. They can't keep up. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose, right? So the real question is, how do you find the stuff that actually matters in this giant ocean of raw data?
And that is where this incredible field comes into play. It's a whole new way of thinking, designed for this exact problem, to take all that chaos and turn it into something clear. So here's the bottom line. Data science, it's really the art of digging through that massive sea of data to find the good stuff, the useful insights. It's all about turning all that random noise into a clear signal. You're basically taking raw, meaningless numbers and turning them into real knowledge that can help someone, make a much smarter decision. And I love this next part because the analogy is just perfect. You can think of a data scientist as a kind of modern-day detective. Seriously, they're not just sitting there staring at spreadsheets all day. Nope, they are investigating leads, hunting for clues, and trying to solve these mysteries that are buried deep inside all that data. But what does that detective work actually look like, out in the real world? Let's check out a few pretty amazing examples of data science in action.
Okay, let's take Walmart. Their data detectives were sifting through these huge sales reports right before a big hurricane was about to hit. They were looking for any patterns that would help them figure out what to stock on the shelves. And then, they found something really weird. Something that, at first glance, made zero sense.
So the big surprise wasn't that people were buying flashlights or batteries. No, it was Pop-Tarts. The data showed that sales of strawberry Pop-Tarts shot up right before a storm. Why? Well, it turns out people stock up on easy-to-eat comfort food. And just that one little insight allowed Walmart to make sure they had plenty on the shelves, which in turn boosted their sales. See, that's the power of finding a pattern that nobody else saw. And this is exactly what companies like Netflix are doing to run their entire business. I mean, every single time you watch a show, you're feeding data into their system. Their algorithms are constantly analyzing what millions of people are watching to predict what you're probably going to want to watch next. You know that little recommended for you section? That's pure, unadulterated data science at work.
Okay, so how do these data detectives actually crack the case? It's not magic, believe me. It's a pretty clear, structured process that's all about turning a giant, messy pile of data into a genuinely valuable insight.
So it all starts with gathering the raw data, the first set of clues. This data could come from anywhere, maybe internal company databases, or it might get pulled straight from web services using these things called APIs, which is super common. Then comes a step called data wrangling, and that's just a fancy term for cleaning up all the messy, incomplete information. Honestly, this part can take the most time. Then you get to the fun stuff, the analysis and modeling, where you actually start to spot the patterns. And finally, the last step is to share what you found in a way that's easy to understand so someone can make a really smart decision based on it. But look, this isn't just about giant corporations. Data science is already working behind the scenes in so many of the things you use every single day, and you might not even realize it. Just think about it for a second. That spam filter in your Gmail that catches all the junk, that's a machine learning model, a huge part of data science that has literally learned what spam looks like. Or what about when Google Maps suggests the faster route to avoid traffic? It's analyzing tons of real-time data to do that. Every single one of these super helpful features is powered by algorithms learning from patterns, all to make our lives just a little bit easier.
So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Data science is the engine that helps us make sense of this incredibly complex, data-filled world we live in. You can think of it like a bridge, connecting all the raw information we're creating today with the amazing innovations of tomorrow.
And that really leaves us with a pretty mind-blowing thought, doesn't it? We have more data, more clues at our fingertips than ever before in human history. So the next huge, world-changing discovery, it's probably just sitting there, waiting for someone to find it in the numbers.